Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about foods, more specifically food dyes and why they're actually killing your body. If you're anything like me, I am very conscious about what I put in my body, so this is kind of going to help people who are dieting, who want to take care of their body and minds and just know what they're putting in it and kind of try to stay away from all the garbage that we have in our food here in America. So, as you know, America is one of the most unhealthy countries. We have some of the highest obesity rates. Our food is banned in several countries. You know, it's no surprise because we add so much stuff to our food that makes it so much unhealthy, and there's no really reason to add it, which is kind of crazy. Some common foods that you guys might know that are banned in different countries across the world are things like Mountain Dew, Skittles, most of our meat products, Swiss rolls, Gatorade, all the stuff that kind of tastes good that we kind of just have come to accept are literally banned in other countries, which means you can't even buy them. And the reason is because we add all of these artificial colors to our food, and that is why they are banned. Now, the most common food dyes, if you guys don't know, are red 40, yellow 5, and yellow 6. But this isn't all of them. There's also like blue 1, green 3, and all that. But we're just going to be touching the main ones that are in pretty much 90% of the food dyes made up of the first 3 that I listed. So let's go ahead and just kind of break them down so I can show you guys what you're putting in your body. And it's kind of crazy that this is FDA approved and even allowed in our food in the first place. But red 40 is a very common one. You could see it on the back of packages. I think Cheetos probably has it. Most candies, cereals, snacks, even some medicine has it. It's very common. The funny thing is this is a chemical compound that comes from coal tars. Coal tars. It comes from coal tars. That's where they get the chemical compounds to even make this artificial color, okay, which is kind of weird. Research has shown that red 40 can actually cause hyperactive behavior in children, which means it's kind of hyperactivity, man, in our kids. And obviously ADHD is going up, not only probably because of this, but because of our technology and all that is affecting the kids and stuff. But most studies on red 40 have been done on mice, and it did quite a number on our little friends, man. It caused severe reactions as they had lower reproductive success, a reduced weight of both parents and their offspring, decreased brain weight, and a lower chance of survival for newborn rats, which is crazy that it is allowed to be in your food, along with all the other allergies that it could bring if you're allergic to it. But let's just say that you aren't, because most people probably are not going to have an allergic reaction. But this is just a reaction that could be a side effect of ingesting it, whether or not you're allergic to it or not, which is insane, literally insane, which makes sense why some other countries who probably care about their people more ban that. The next one we're going to talk about is yellow 5. And yellow 5 has been, again, found to cause hyperactivity in children. In Britain, they released a warning about yellow 5 and other food dyes, stating that it may cause hyperactivity and a loss of concentration in children. And they recommended that parents restrict the amount of yellow 5 that kids are actually able to consume. So at least out there, they're warning you. We're out here, we're kind of putting it in the background of everything. And that's kind of the end of it. Another common side effect that could happen with yellow 5 includes anxiety, depression, fatigue, headaches, sleep problems have all been reported. And yellow 5 can also sometimes be tainted with carcinogenic chemicals. And these chemicals can be converted into chemicals that cause cancer in the body. So in a roundabout way, it's kind of causing cancer in your body. These chemicals can cause cancer in your body. And it makes sense that, you know, in our world, anxiety, depression, and stuff is so high, and most people don't even think to look at that the food that we're eating could actually even be contributing to some of these things, which is kind of mind-blowing if you think about it. So there's also yellow 6, kind of like yellow 5. The yellow 6, though, is actually considered one of the most harmful dyes compared to all of the other ones. They are used in candy, cakes, ice cream, pet foods, medication, even clothing. This one's kind of used everywhere. This one is heavily correlated with hyperactivity. And like I said, it is one of the most dangerous ones on this list that we've talked about. Yellow number 6 is a toxic chemical. It is a sulfonated form of Sudan 1, which I don't really know what that is. It's just how it's made. But this is a poisonous substance that was originally petroleum azo compound dyes developed in the late 19th century during the European textile boom. Sudan, I don't know if that's how you say it, 1 is classified as a level 3 carcinogen, meaning that it causes cancerous tumor in lab animals, but there is no specific link to cancer in humans. A tiny proportion of people express an allergy to yellow 6 and experience symptoms such as hives, asthma, and skin rashes. So it's not confirmed that it really affects humans, but it has been shown to cause tumors in animals. But that kind of just makes me think, I'm like, if it's causing tumors and all these problems with animals, well, it's probably not the best to be putting in our body as well. So I kind of try to stay away from all of these, honestly. But moving on from yellow 6, we have blue 1. Blue 1, there's not a lot of information on this one. This one's kind of one of the less common ones. The first 3 that I listed, these are the most common ones that you're going to find in most of your food. But blue 1 is especially bad to those who have an intolerance to blue 1. And it could affect people's behavior, including headaches, migraine, anxiety, crying, and fatigue. Blue 1 has also been linked to hyperactivity, of course. And according to Feingold Association of the United States, blue 1 also can cause chromosomal damage, which changes or breaks chromosomes of cells, which sounds kind of like cancer to me. I'm not a doctor. All I know is that it sounds scary and you shouldn't be putting this in your body. Recently, when I found out about all these dyes, I felt kind of called to make a video on it because in my own life, I have been really trying to stay away from these just because I don't want to be putting stuff like this in my body. And I do take my fitness and health very seriously and the health of my mind as well. So I really consider you guys, if this is something that you feel called to or you're watching this video for a reason, you know, I would take that as a sign. You know, read what you're eating, man. It will be mind-blowing at what is inside of these packages. You will be mind-blown because there's so much unnecessary additives that we are adding to our food that are literally poisonous in a way to our food. And, you know, it might be in smaller amounts so it doesn't affect us, but that stuff is going to affect us over time and there's no way around that. I would really recommend that you guys really take what you're putting in your body seriously because the food does fuel the body. And if you are putting garbage and you are eating fast food all the time and you are doing this, it has changes. Don't get me wrong. I eat Wendy's, man. I love Wendy's, man. I be eating fast food. Don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place for fast food, but you do not want to be dependent on that. And you do not want to be constantly putting in these carcinogens literally in your body that are all within our food. And also, regardless of your stance on it, mainly the kids, man, this is definitely not good for kids when the body is still developing and stuff like that. So I just wanted to take a second and kind of just sort through all these food dyes. And, you know, I call it food death at this point because, you know, I don't even know what we'd be putting in it. But these are all of the common food dyes that you'll find in your food and kind of a little bit of what they can do to your body, which is kind of crazy. So today's a quick video. I just wanted to kind of break that down, hoping that somebody out there, if I only help one person change their food or become like, oh wow, like I didn't even realize that, I will consider it a success. That's all I want, is just kind of raise awareness and you guys can do what you want with the information. I have a mini fridge in my room behind me. You can see the snacks over there, and I literally got fruit snacks on there with all of these chemicals that I just listed in it, and I still eat them. You know, we're not perfect, you know, but I definitely try to stay away from it. But I don't want you guys to be super paranoid that you're going to, like, die because, I mean, we're all going to die eventually. It's just nice to be aware and kind of slowly make a transition where you're kind of heading away from these things. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace and love.